Sure, you're probably thinking I just smashed my face against the keyboard to come up with this gem of a name, but no. Burf B11116 is real, and its existence caused quite the legal drama in Sweden. It all started back in the 90s when a Swedish couple decided that Albin was just too plain. They wanted their son to have a name so unique it looked like a keyboard having a seizure. But this wasn't just about being annoying, they claimed it was an artistic protest against Sweden's naming law known as Namnlagen, which came into effect in 1982. This law was designed to protect children from ridiculous, humiliating, or overly complicated names that might cause them problems later in life. Swedish authorities had a pretty simple logic. A name shouldn't sound like a Wi-Fi password or an ancient Harry Potter spell. The goal is to ensure that when a kid grows up, they don't spend their entire life correcting people, enduring teasing, or becoming the butt of jokes from classmates and adults alike. In other words, the Swedish government is serious about stopping parents from getting too creative and ruining their child's future. So, when this couple submitted their proposed name to the authorities, they got an immediate and resounding nope. The officials basically said, this name doesn't meet even the basic requirements of the law. It's not a name, it's a random jumble of letters and numbers. But the parents weren't backing down. They argued that the name was actually pronounced Albin, and that they were exercising their freedom to choose whatever name they wanted. Sure, an Albin with extra consonants and a sprinkle of numerals for flair. Swedish officials, not known for being pushovers on these matters, responded by slapping the parents with a fine for failing to register a valid name within the required time. The family fought back, citing artistic freedom and self-expression. But let's be real, imagine that poor kid showing up to school and hearing the teacher stumble through roll call like burf, 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 deep sigh. Who is this? And that's not even considering what happens when he applies for a job or fills out medical forms, only to have the system crash trying to process his name. This wasn't the first time Sweden had rejected strange names. The country has banned names like IKEA, Metallica, and even the letter Q. They won't approve anything offensive, mocking, or excessively complicated. It's their way of shielding kids from a lifetime of awkward encounters and guaranteed bullying. According to Namnlagen, parents have to meet certain standards. The name has to be real, not humiliating, and definitely not look like a broken keyboard. The fine? A few thousand Swedish krona, which amounts to several $100s. It's not exactly life-ruining, but let's face it, that money could have gone toward diapers, toys, or even a nice family vacation instead of battling the government over a name like Bref Septemp. I'm already tired of saying it. To top it off, the story went viral and the family became infamous as those Swedes who almost ruined their kid's life with an unpronounceable name. Had the kid grown up with that name, his everyday life would have become a meme. Imagine making a dinner reservation, getting called at the doctor's office, or even having grandma try to embroider it on a bib. It's a nightmare waiting to happen. Sure, it's funny, but this story highlights why some parents shouldn't take their creativity too far without thinking about their child's future. In conclusion, this bizarre tale shows that even Sweden, known for being liberal and progressive, knows when to draw the line. It's not about being killjoys, it's about saving kids from ridiculous names and lifelong embarrassment. So if you ever feel the urge to give your child a standout name, let it be their talents or personality that make them special, not a name that sounds like a Matrix cheat code. If your rebellious side can't handle boring names, get a pet parrot, name it Bref Skimpy, and call it a day. But don't saddle a helpless baby with a lifetime of spelling, explaining, and apologizing for a name even they can't pronounce. Seriously, it's a favor to humanity, and especially to the poor kid. And that's a wrap, internet friends. If you're ever tempted to give your kid a name that looks like a keyboard glitch, think twice. Stay sensible, or as close to it as possible. And I'll see you in the next Why for more ridiculous facts and stories you won't believe are real. Until then, take care.